Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Impress with the second episode in the Queen Rules. And this one was sent to me by a viewer, Scoey Jordan. I hope I pronounce your name correctly. He pointed this Queen Rules game out to me. It's a game by the fourth world champion Alexander Alekhine, played in a simultaneous display in New York in 1924. His opponent was Leon Kuzman, and there are some amazing queen moves in this game. It was played on the 13th of January 1924 at the Newspaper Club. Alekhine scored 17 wins, 0 draws and 1 loss, and 2 of the games were played blindfold by Alekhine. He opened d4 and his opponent Kuzman opened d5, knight f3, knight f6, c4, e6, knight c3 and c5. Lots of tension in the center. This is the Tarrasch variation of the Queen's Gambit, named after Siegbert Tarrasch. White took on d5, and here knight takes d5 is the best move according to theory, but black took with the pawn. And Alekhine writes in his commentary, nowadays theory considers, and rightly so, that knight takes d5 is the right move. He played bishop g5, which he called much more effective than g3 instead. After bishop g5, black played bishop e6, Alekhine took on f6, queen takes, and now played e4. That was the idea of taking on f6 and giving up the bishop pair. D takes e4 and bishop b5 check. Here my engine wants to play knight c6, and after knight takes e4 it wants to go with the queen to f4 and claims that black should be okay here. But after bishop b5 check, Kuzman interposed the bishop, and that's not such a good move. Alekhine took on e4, hitting the queen. Queen went to b6, hitting the bishop on b5. Alekhine took, knight takes, and Alekhine castled. A very important factor is here that black's king is still in the center. C takes d4 was played by black, a bad move. Alekhine writes, facilitating white's attack. A lesser evil would be to allow the unpleasant d4, d5. Black wanted to stop that move, and that's why he took on d4. Alekhine took with the knight and rook d8. It's too late for black to try and castle. If he plays bishop e7, planning to castle kingside, then there is knight f5. And the king cannot castle because then the bishop will be hanging. Castling queenside is not good for black either. The king is not safe there. So as mentioned, rook d8 was played by Kuzman. Knight f5, knight e5 and queen e2. Black is struggling badly with his king in the center, his kingside not developed, and these knights and the queen very menacing. And the rooks are also ready to enter the game. Kuzman played g6 and Alekhine writes, permitting an elegant finish, but the position was of course lost. But it's only lost in one way. There's only one winning move here. If you want to look for it yourself, then it's well worth finding it. Put the video on pause and look for white's move that wins the game. The solution is queen b5 check. What a move! The queen rules. It is check. What happens if we take the queen? Well, if we do that, then knight f6 is a very nice checkmate. Checkmate with 2 knights. So you cannot take the queen. Black saw that and played knight d7. Rook fe1, threatening mate again with either knight f6 or knight d6. That would be double check and mate. Black played bishop b4, attacking the rook, making a square for his king. Makes sense, but it won't save him. Knight f6 check came, double check. Both the knight and the rook are giving check to the king. The only way to get out of a double check is by moving the king. King f8, knight takes d7, check, rook takes, and the last move of the game, queen e5. The queen rules again because white is very unusually threatening 3 checkmate moves. Queen e8 is checkmate, queen takes h8 is checkmate, and queen g7 is checkmate. And it is too much, writes Alekhine. Black resigned here. He cannot defend against all these 3 checkmate moves. You can take the rook to cancel out 2 of the checkmates, but the third one is still checkmate. Nice victory from Alexander Alekhine, and we saw some wonderful queen moves. Especially the 16th move, queen e2 to b5 check, is a wonderful move. Thank you very much, Scobie Jordan, for pointing this game out to me. Hope you enjoyed the second edition of the Queen Rules. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up, please subscribe to the Chess to Impress channel, and please leave a comment. If you like the video and the series, it would be great if you could share it on social media by clicking the share button on YouTube. This is Rick for Chess to Impress. Thank you for watching.